Good morning and welcome to the daily yoga, daily Corona yoga. Today is day 5 and really big jump here and sadly nearly double the amount of deaths. Still self-isolating. Please go to World Wide Web, theyoga.co.uk/corona for the day 1 quiz, for breathing advice, how to adapt poses, and also how to look at health issues that you might have. I'm saying this because I'm being very brave and I'm doing this live, which means that I can't put on all the nice little bits when I get things wrong and I do silly things and to remind you of things. So I've not got that facility. And today we're just going to start by coming to standing. So if you want to bring yourself back onto your mat, I'm going to have to pull my mat back a little bit. And you're going to let your hands come in towards your heart, shoulders relax down. And you can see I've just got a little bit of space between my feet so that I've got a nice kind of parallel line coming down through the bones of my body so that over the long term I'm making good use of my joints or not overusing them. You're going to let your hands come up, stretch up towards the ceiling, exhaling, hands come out and down. We're going to do this a couple of times, so go faster or slower, depending on what suits you. And stretching out and down. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Remember, this movement can be tiny, it can be just a gentle movement, or it can be a big stretching out, just depending on what your body would like most today. And then one last time. And then letting your hands come out and beside your sides. Let your shoulders, let one roll up, and then the other one. And then go to the first one again, and the second. And then from here, if you take a step forwards along your mat, so you're just going to take a nice steady step forward, so both feet are pointing straight forwards. You're going to let your hands rest onto the back of your body. So thinking about hands resting on the hard bit, the back of the pelvis, so that as you come forwards with that simple step forward, you can lean yourself up and in towards the rim. So what you're not doing is kind of curling down at the moment. At the moment, we're keeping the long back, we're keeping the shoulders slightly high, but we're lifting them forwards, which is also bringing the shoulders down. Press down through your feet to bring yourself back up, and then to standing. And we're going to come to the opposite side. So comfortable big step back, hands are on the back of the pelvis. My pelvis is nice and even, it's facing the short edge of the mat, so I'm not squint or kind of turn through the pelvis. Steady through the feet, you're going to lift yourself up and forwards. Make sure you've got nice steady breathing, so come much, much higher. And if you're in bed, just making it that little light lean forwards. And then pressing into your feet to bring yourself up and back to standing. So back to settled feet, back to slightly settling into the heels. And then if you come to your first side again, so your step can be a little tiny step, particularly if you're pregnant or if you've had issues with your pelvis in pregnancy. If your immune system's under fire, go for a nice small step, make it really, really easy so your breathing stays easy and relaxed the whole time. So there's an in-breath and there's an out-breath. Rather than, it's times for that, but not just now. So steady through the feet, lift yourself up and forwards. This time imagine that you can press down through your front foot to lift up through the hip on that side. So you're really working through that front leg. You can lift your toes on the front foot to make your arch work a little bit more. And then press down through your foot, bring yourself up and back to standing. So we can come to our second side. Same thing, nice steady big step. Pelvis is facing the short edge of your mat. Hands are on the back of the body, shoulders are relaxed down. You're lifting yourself up and forwards. We're starting to connect down through that front foot, so imagining that the heel and the ball of the foot are really getting spongy on the floor there, and then that's giving a feeling of lifting up of energy through this first or front side. Spread down through the feet to bring yourself up and then back to standing. So back to nice settled feet, weight coming into the back of the body. If you bring yourself towards the back of your mat again. So yesterday we did Warrior 3 where we're coming forwards with our hands out in front. What we're going to do today is we're going to take them out to the sides and just see which one you find was easier for you. So you're going to take a step forwards onto your mat, foot spreads down, hands are going to come wide and shoulders relax down. It might be that this is where you come to and this is all, just depending on your health and your balance. If you're in bed, you can be taking your hands wide and you can be stretching one leg up a little bit, or not. From here, lift through the back foot. Whoa, I'm going for a little fly. Extend out through the fingertips, out through the toes, so that you can start to get that feeling that you're counterbalancing, so the shoulders come forwards, the back balances it out. Bend through the front knee, let your hands come up and overhead, shoulders relax down, and then back to standing. So nice settled feet again. We're going to come over to the other side, so again walk yourself back on your mat, because walking into it is a different feeling than kind of coming from the floor. It gives us more feeling of kind of liveliness, or it does for me. Opposite foot's going to step forwards, hands come wide, shoulders release down. Think about that lifting up and forwards of the shoulders. Oh, I found the wardrobe behind me. So gently extend out with the fingertips, so underneath the fingertips, a little bit like you've got wings or feathers at the ends of your fingers. And then bend through your front knee, let your back foot find the floor, hands can come up overhead for a moment, and back to standing. So settled and comfortable feet, weight settling into the back of the body. We're going to come down to the floor now, so we're kind of doing it a little bit upside down today. So starting with a bit of excitement and then settling ourselves down. Just going to move this forward a touch. So from here to start with, if you just want to look back towards your toes on one side. So the side of the waist is opening. And then over and to the opposite side. And then you're going to come back to the centre so that you're nice and even. You're going to lift your feet up this time, and then same thing, but this time you're going to take your feet round to one side, so you're going to get a deep opening through the side where your feet have come away from. And then slide them back round and to the opposite side. Really enjoy that feeling of lengthening out. And then bring yourself back to feet on the floor. You're going to walk your hands back towards your knees. Now, everyone's knees are different about what they're happy with. If your knees do not like being tucked under, then keep the toes high up. Toes can be tucked under. If your hips don't like coming back towards your heels, you can use a block, or you can stay right the way high up if your body would prefer. So from the position that's going to suit your knees and your feet well. So remember, it's absolutely great to give them a bit of a stretch, but we really want to make that safe stretch. So knees have got to be happy, and if they've got any varicosities, then make sure that you're coming in and out of it. You're going to let your hands come in towards your heart, and then stretching your hands up and overhead. Get a feeling of lifting up through the fingertips, and then sink your hands down and onto your head, soften and widen with the shoulders. You're going to stretch up with the fingertips, hands are going to come all the way out and down, and then you're going to walk yourself forwards into all fours. So you can slide one leg back, so extend the heel back to strengthen this stretch. The knee moves away from the floor, the heel extends away. And then coming to your opposite side. So same thing, heel extends away, knee is moving away from the floor. And then bringing yourself into all fours, and we're going to come round into sitting. So do take a block or two, so that when you're, or books, because nice normal books will do the job, just make sure no slippy tops of books, and to stack them very neatly, so that you can come round to bring your feet out and in front. So from here, it's so important that the back of the body is well looked after. So usually, bending your knees up is going to work better. So if when you sit, this happens, it means you need to bend your knees up more. Do you see that my back is not rounded, but it's a kind of that sort of a shape. I want to find the shape where my pelvis is lifted up and I've got a natural curve through the back of the waist. So for most people, bending the knees up is the way to make that easily happen, because this is not about beating yourself up. This is about finding good position for the pelvis so that the spine has a feeling of life and the body is happy with where it is. So from here, you're going to take one hand onto your leg, other hand's going to come close in beside your hips and then gently easing round. Nice, smooth, steady movement. Bringing yourself back to the centre and into your other side. Same thing, just a nice, steady movement. Bringing yourself all the way back to the centre and then folding forwards over your legs. So again, keep your knees bent up, because unless you've done a lot of forward bending and you're really confident with this, it's really so important that your back is safe and comfortable. And softening the knees is the first way to do that. And since we're online, best to keep safe. And then bringing your hands up and onto your legs. So that is our yoga for today. What I really wanted to bring up it. Oh man, great. So that process of finding quiet even when a variety of other things are going on that you're not expecting is important and part of my yoga all the time. Just wasn't planning to do that live. So when you're going about your day to day, try and be really kind to yourself. Everyone's got different circumstances, whether we're at home, whether I'm self-isolating, which is getting a little bit boring, to be fair, a little bit challenging, chatting to people through walls rather than having a normal conversation. But you might be living alone. It might be that you're feeling pretty isolated at the moment. So just trying to be really, really kind to yourself. Do some things that just make your heart sing, or at least lift it. And I hope that you have a good day, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow when I promise my phone will be on silent. Thank you.